Good. Yeah. Clap it up. Alright, as well. With Isupk, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or organization, and what we do is teach the truth according to the Bible. All so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are to obey the. We were given the laws, Salakia. So therefore, we are the ones who are supposed to obey the laws in the Bible. And tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. 1 second. Salakia. Throat was a little dry. Yeah, tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. And every Tuesday, you understand, we teach the importance of brotherhood, because brotherhood is in the Bible. It's all throughout the Bible. Brotherhood is a weapon. That's a UPK 1 West slogan right there. Brotherhood is a weapon. And there is no brotherhood outside of the ISUPK under Commander Junior Yohana. And if you want the proof, all you have to do is go to the Christian church. All you have to do is look at all the gangs. All we have to do is, try to be a Republican or a Democrat. Whatever type of system that we try to find brotherhood or try to find peace or try to find a place for blacks and Hispanics to have rest, you'll find that there is none. You can't trust anyone outside of the truth, because, if I'm thinking one way and another brother or sister's thinking another way, how can we agree? Because that's in the Bible. As a matter of fact, let me pull that real quick while it's on my mind. No, thank you. All right, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 3. And it says, can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer is no. We can't be in the truth and allow sinners to come inside the truth. Because you know what's going to happen? Eventually, if we allow people to sin and not obey the Most High God, the truth would be no more. There would be no more truth. So we have to stand firm. We have to be bold in this truth and obey, and not allow, our family. We can't allow our children, our wives, our, sisters can't allow their husbands. You can't allow your job. You can't allow anyone to influence you to disobey the Most High God. Because everyone in the ISUPK, when it comes to this Bible, we agree. We are one body. We are on one accord. We are, the body of Christ. You understand? This is the truth under Commander Junior Yohana, whether you believe it or not. Because this is the only place that you'll find brotherhood. You won't find it any other place. So the Bible says, can two walk together? What does that mean? Can two walk together? Meaning you can't even go in the same direction unless you agree. If I want to walk north and you want to walk south, that means we're in a disagreement. That means we're going in two different directions. That means we are not on the same page, as they say. So the Bible says, can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer is no. So to make things clear, the Most High God separated blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians away from every other nation. And we're all supposed to agree on the laws of God. We're all supposed to keep the commandments. We're all supposed to not eat pork, celebrate our birthdays, smoke weed, be whores and drug dealers. Those are things that people do in the world that are not in the truth, that we can't agree on in the ISUPK, because it goes against the Most High God. And the Bible says that you can't love God if you don't keep his commandments. And I'm paraphrasing. That's what the Bible says. So we don't agree with the Christian pastors. We don't agree with the Muslim mosques. We don't agree with Buddha or those East Indian gods, all those false gods that they worship. We don't believe in any of that. We believe in brotherhood. We believe in the Bible. We believe Yahushua was a so-called black man that came to only save, who's coming back to save his nation of people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. That's what we believe in. We believe in keeping God's laws. So if you're in a disagreement with that, we're not agreed. So yeah, tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class, man. And I seen some things that, trending on the internet. I want to talk about this cat, Tariq Nasheed, and this other cat, understand, American Cholo. Well, first off, let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Is that on? Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Yeah, so first off, let me break down this whole story of what's going on or what I seen. So anybody knows the cat Tiger? The cat Tiger made a song, Ay Caramba. I believe that's how you say it, Ay Caramba. Salaki. I know that's not an Isupk term, but he made a Latin song, Ay Caramba, and Isupk brother was offended because he said it in the video. He seen a fat Mexican in a dirty house, you know what I'm saying, and tortilla chips was falling out the car, and he was walking to a lowrider. So the Mexican brother was offended, and Tiger went on his show, well, not on his show, went on another Isupk show to, to clarify, to explain what he was trying to do. They wanted Tiger to take the video down, and Tiger took the video down. So Tiger went on the show with the Isupk brother, or the Hispanic or Mexican brother, and explain, to explain itself as to what he was doing. So this is, the thing about it. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are the 12 lost tribes of Israel. I know some people are going to say that Tiger shouldn't have took the video down because you have some so-called black people who hate Mexicans. Then you have some Mexicans who hate so-called black people. But according to the Bible, we're all brothers, believe it or not. And if you want to learn the history of how, if you don't feel that Hispanics and Native Indians or so-called blacks are the lost tribes, and if you need the proof outside of the Bible, if you need sources, because the Bible is all we need in ISUPK, the prophecies that are written in the Bible fit the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to the T. I mean, there's no denying it. There's no denying any of these prophecies and who this Bible was talking about. So, you have brothers and sisters from different tribes because of ignorance, and really because of our oppressor, because of the so-called white man, because they have turned us against each other. They have made us enemies towards each other. And if you look throughout history, which I was going to say, you can look up Captain Kataza's 12 tribe lecture he did in breaking all this down if you want or need outside sources besides the Bible. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are are God's chosen people, whether you believe it or not. And the reason we don't get along is because of oppression. It's because our enemy has turned our faces against each other. But the Bible says that Judah and Ephraim, or the northern and the southern kingdom, or Judah and Ephraim, both king tribes of all the 12 tribes, are going to come together again and become one stick. And you see that happening inside of the ISUPK. There's so many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that go to Passover, that come to cookouts, and we all get along. There's no hate. Those are all brothers that I accept as my brothers, and I would lay down my life for, and they would do the same for me, regardless of skin complexion, because it's not about skin complexion. It's not about hair texture. It's about the seed of your father and who the Most High God chose to be the 12 lost tribes, the tribes of Israel, through the seed of Abraham, like Isaac and Jacob. That's what it's about. We don't suffer from colorism inside the ISUPK. Because someone has a fairer skin tone or a lighter skin tone, they can't be an Israelite. Or because a brother is too dark and has woolly hair, they're not an Israelite. So all those brothers and sisters that are out there, if you hate Mexicans, and vice versa, if so-called Mexicans hate Negroes, I'm telling you right now, you hate your brother, and you hate the Most High God if you hate your brother. So if you claim to be a Christian, if you're a Catholic, if you're a Baptist, if you're any of those things, and you claim to hate, to love the Most High God, and you hate one of the 12 tribes, if you hate a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, you don't love the Lord, man. You can't possibly love the Lord because you don't even love his own people. You don't love your brother. And that's why we have to go out and teach brothers and sisters about our culture and the importance of being the chosen people of the Most High God. So yeah, if you want the history, man, check out Captain Kataza's 12 tribe lecture that he did. He brought out tons of history, and nobody has been able to debunk it at all because they can't. Because the Lord is with the ISUPK under Commanding Junior Hana. So you won't be able to debunk anything that we bring out or say or teach because it's of the Lord. No one can beat the Lord. So you're not going to be able to beat the Lord's chosen people. The men who are in charge under Commanding Junior Hana, Salakia, the men under Commanding Junior Hana, no one's going to be able to beat Commanding Junior Hana. I'll just say it like that to cut out all the confusion. No one is going to be able to beat Commanding Junior Hana because the Lord is with Commanding Junior Hana. So if you're so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, you better start loving your brother, man. Stop hating someone because of the way they look. You learned that from oppression, from the devil. That's where we get that from. You hate him because he's brown. You hate him or her because she's black. You hate them or them because they have lighter skin. That's not biblical. The Bible says the nation of Israel is like a speckled bird, man. All different colors of brown, all different colors, man. So you can't say that because someone is dark or lighter that they're not Israelites. But I wanted to play a little bit of this real quick if I can. And this thing keeps turning off. 1 second, Salakia. Alright, 1 second.
Income. That's right, someone like me who dropped out of 3 different colleges.
Alright, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this so we can see what was some of the Isupk brothers,
interviews with the biggest artists
issues was, right?
How this even happened. Shout out to
and DJ Sour Milk.
there was a lot of talk on social media, about it being offensive, and I think people had a lot to say about it. You reached out to me and you were like,
and they're talking about the song that Tiger made or the video. That's what some of the Isupk brothers were found offensive was his video. And you can go, I don't think you can even check out the video anymore, but there are still images of him, of the video that are up. So that's what they're talking about.
one of the people that you wanted to speak to that caught your attention was Gil, American Cholo. And so first and foremost, I want to say I thought it was dope for you to take the initiative to, to reach out, and that's honestly how this even happened. Shout out to our guy Lulu, who connected the dots for us as well, man. But
I'm fast forward a little bit.
I don't know.
Tiger, I appreciate that, man. I'm not looking for any kind of fight. I'm not looking to blame or call Tiger any names. I'm looking for some kind of understanding, because in the community, the brown community, Mexican community, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't the song itself that was so offensive to us. It was the videos. It was the visuals on it, right? And I believe that it has a lot to do with just not just Tiger himself, but a lot of the industry being tone deaf when it comes to Mexican American or just brown people in general. And let me explain to you what I saw as a brown man looking at that video, Tiger. Okay. I'm looking at the video, and originally I see a greasy fat Mexican eating chips, room's all dirty, And then I see when he's outside in the lowrider, you got tortilla chips falling down. And a lot of times when it comes to us, people don't really see it. But when I flip the script on it and say, okay, let's put an African American man sitting down on a couch, dirty ass room, eating some fried chicken, goes outside into the lowrider scene, and you got watermelon falling from the sky. And that kind of visual is the kind of visual I gotta kind of explain to other people so they can see what we're talking about. And when the song is...
So, this brother was offended because of the visuals that he's seen in the video. So, if we wasn't raised in the Christian church, and if we wasn't raised to hate each other, if we were raised in the truth, we would know exactly what to do if one found the other brother or sister offended. If you offend somebody, the Bible teaches you how to handle situations like that. So, okay, he made a video, and he said it wasn't nothing wrong with the songs. He said that, you know, it was the visuals. He said he seen a fat, greasy Mexican, his words out of his mouth, eating chips in a dirty house, and he's like, hold on, man, why is this Negro, why is this black guy making music about my culture? Now, this is the problem. We don't know our true culture because we've been raised Christian. The Northern Kingdom, or the so-called Mexicans, were conquered by the conquistadors. So they have, you know, they went through oppression, they went through slavery, and they were stripped of their true identity, just like the Negroes over here in America. We were conquered by, you know, with the Irish and the I'll just use the oppressor. I don't even remember all the oppressor, the so-called white man. We went through slavery. We were gathered up by, you know, the so-called white man, sold by Africans into slavery, and we lost our identity. So this is why the Isupk is important, because it teaches us our true identity and our culture. Judah are the so-called blacks. Benjamin are the so-called West Indian, all those islands over there in the West Indies. Levi are the Haitians. Ephraim are the Puerto Ricans. Manasseh are the Cubans. Issachar are the Mexicans. All of these 12 tribes were once conquered by the oppressor and stripped of their identity because we didn't obey the Most High God. And also because the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, we hate each other. Christianity has taught us to hate each other, because you got two brothers from two different tribes sitting here offended with one another, and then now they're on a radio station. Now the news is all broadcast all over the internet, and now it's, you know, in this whole problem, this whole issue could have been handled righteously. It could have been handled like the Bible said handle it. And I'm you know, get a scripture out the Bible real quick, Salakia. All right. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 22. And it says, "But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause..." No, that's not the one I want. Salakia. Well, I'll read it anyway, because this is a good scripture. So it says, because they're not angry with each other without cause. The brother has a cause why he's angry. But I'm going to read this anyway and break it down. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 22. "But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without the cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire." So this is just basically saying that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. You can't, you know, we go to counsel in here, and when you go to counsel, if a brother has offended you, you know, you should have a reason why he offended you. But if you are saying that, you know, or if you're angry with a brother for no reason, because, you know, he got a new car and you didn't, that's not a reason to be angry with a brother. it's going to show that you're jealous, or maybe you have maybe you need some counsel. Maybe you need to be judged. Because if you are angry with your brother without a cause, that means that you hate that brother. You're not allowed to hate anyone because of what's ever in your stupid mind, man. You're not allowed to hate another brother because he got a new car, or because you just don't like that brother. You should only be offended or have an issue with a brother if he's offended you. If you don't have a reason, man, we used to call those haters back in the day. Like, you sound like a whole hater, man. You sound like a hater. Nobody likes a hater, man. Nobody likes somebody who just hates people without a cause. And you're going to be in danger of the judgment. You're going to be in danger of the Most High God because you hate your brother. You hate your brother, man. But that's not what I wanted. Let me go back down. Slovakia. One second. Matter of fact, let me play some more of this while I look for it. But listen to this brother. Listen good to what he's saying.
No, not at all, brother. I don't think the song is offensive. I don't believe the caramba part's offensive either, not any way, shape, or form. But I think that maybe, I don't know if somebody wrote that video for you or you did it. I think when you guys were all in a room thinking about what you were doing, you guys probably thought it's going to be funny, it's going to be fun, we're going to have a good time about it. But it seems almost, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you had no real representation of any Mexican American in that room telling you, hey, Tiger, I don't think this is it. To me, am I wrong to think that it was just maybe you and maybe some white or other African American artists in the room when you guys were making that video?
I think what it was is, and like I wanted to go back to like why like I really wanted to sit with you, because I mean I just got back from like Europe, so when I dropped the video I wasn't in LA, I was in Europe,
right?
And then I started seeing like a lot of people, you know, offended by it, and I was kind of confused, so that's why I didn't respond. I took time to like, didn't comment on anything,
right.
Didn't like any posts, and I kind of like tried to do my research a little bit. I tried to ask a lot of my friends that I grew up with that were Mexican. Sour Milk is like my DJ, he's Mexican.
Right.
My engineer that recorded the song with me, he's Mexican. Like, so I was really kind of confused at first, like, you know, why are people offended? Because I've always done Latin.
So Tiger is breaking it down, basically saying that, you know, I didn't, you know, he was confused because he didn't feel as if he offended a brother. And that happens a lot, you know, throughout life. We get offended with one another and we're ready to blow each other's head off. We're ready to go to war. We're ready to hate an entire nation of people. We're ready to hate our brothers because we don't love each other. Basically, it was what it comes down to. You're ready to you know, it's possible because, and I'll get to this later, because this is what it led to, because these people are in California. And you have gangs in California, and the culture down there is very hateful, because they come on another platform to say that because of something that transpired from this situation could have led to a war between brown and blacks over something so minute that could have been handled righteously according to the Bible if we weren't Christian. If we wasn't raised and integrated and, you know, going to church and learning to hate each other and not follow and obey the Most High God, we're going to die because of our ignorance. We're going to die because the church doesn't teach blacks and Hispanics how to love the Most High God. It doesn't teach us God's laws, because the Bible, according to Christianity, God's laws are done away with. You don't have to obey the Most High God. So therefore, you can live your life the way that you want to live your life, and, you know, somehow you're still going to make it to heaven. Somehow God still loves you. Somehow he still knows your heart. when it's the exact opposite. So this is Matthew chapter 18 verse 15. It says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. That's how you put fires out. That's how we handle miscommunications or misunderstandings. Now, this, isn't actually that bad because the brother was offended. He said what he said. Tiger heard him. He heard him. So this actually was not a bad thing that happened, but the fact that these brothers don't know that they're Israelites and know that they are family is a problem. It's a problem, man. And it's all because of oppression. So, let me play a little bit more.
And like, when I've done something that was like a Mexican record, like Go Loco, like I wrote that song and I was like, this reminds me, this song is literally for like the Mexicans I grew up with, being from LA, that I went to high school with. I want to pay homage to them. This is what I've seen growing up and friends of mine, when I make Go Loco, that's what that was like. And I think with I Caramba, I wasn't thinking like this is for the Mexicans I grew up with. You know what I mean? So I think the people, at the end of the day, like I'm not Mexican, so I can't say like what Mexicans are offended by and not. You know what I'm saying? But I know like I had no intentions on offend. So
he's saying he's not Mexican, which he's not. And guess what? Mexicans aren't Mexicans. They're from the tribe of Isupk, according to the Bible.
Yeah, right.
And this is the problem because we have lost our identity because of Christianity, because of oppression, and because we didn't obey the Most High God. We went through slavery and oppression, and now the Mexicans and blacks are ready to go to war because we hate each other. And if we hate each other, like I said earlier, we cannot love the Most High God.
That's right.
And that's a problem. So just to bring you up to speed, Adawan, I was just going over this, how this brother, the Issacharite American Cholo, was offended by Tiger because he made the song. Tiger heard him out. He said, "Oh, okay, I didn't feel like I offended you." And he actually heard him out. And I'm bringing out Matthew 18, chapter 18, verse 15.
Okay.
Because this is how you handle matters as men. Now, in the truth, in the Bible, this is how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians hear each other out. This is how you win a brother. You offend a brother, what do? Do you go tell everybody in the world that he offended you, that he did something to you without going to that brother, without going to that sister? That's how we handle things in a Christian church. That's how you handle things, in elementary school, in grade school.
That's right.
This isn't how grown men handle issues. I could never picture Commander Juliana going behind anybody's back,
right,
telling them anything about another brother without going to that brother, going to him, he and thee alone.
That's right.
That's how you win a brother. I mean, that's much more honorable and respectful. If I offend someone and I didn't know I offended them, and that brother steps to me like, hey man, I wasn't digging what you said back there, man. That was offensive, man. That kind of hurt my feelings. That's what the brothers say. That sat with me the wrong way.
Yeah, that didn't
sit with me right. Yeah, it didn't sit with me right. We got all the slang because we're Israelites.
Right.
That didn't sit with me right. What did you mean by that? Oh, man, I didn't mean anything by it. I just said this and I meant this, and I didn't know that offended you. So where does it go from there? Either someone is going to be heard out, is going to apologize. If not, then what? You have to bring some witnesses for a council. It's as simple as that. But because Christianity is so much, it's so just disgusting. I mean, Christianity teaches you to what? if someone offends you, to shoot them in the face.
Get on Facebook.
Yeah, get on Facebook. Make
posts.
Make posts.
Vlogs about them. Songs about them. Diss records.
Yeah, which ultimately leads to death.
That's right.
All those drill rappers that have died, smoking on Tuka, turning the ops into packs, that all comes because all that could have been avoided if we followed this one law right here in the Bible. Somebody offended you, man. You don't have to go shoot somebody in the face because they stepped on your shoe.
That's right.
Even if, brothers and sisters do it all the time. Well, brothers do it all the time in the world. Oh, what you looking at my girl for? Why are you looking at my girl? Oh, man, but now, that's the thing to do. That's the thing to do. But let's just say if you happen to look at a sister and she's married, you can apologize. Oh, Salaki, I didn't know you was married, sis.
Right.
Oh man, my bad. I definitely don't want your woman. She's married. That's how we're supposed to handle issues.
That's right.
As so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. But if you go talk to another man's wife, you don't even care about your own life. You don't care about nothing. Because you'll do what? You'll go sleep with another man's wife.
That's right.
And that's your brother. All these things could be avoided. A lot of the deaths in the black community, a lot of the beefs, and a lot of the things that we say about the ops, all that could be avoided if we kept God's laws, man. If we were brothers.
That's right.
If we were brothers to one to another, man. So I want to play a little bit more of Tiger, him breaking this down.
Anybody, you know what I mean. Right. So for one, I want to apologize to the Mexican community and my fans that are Mexican. I have a lot of Latin fans that are Puerto Rican.
So he heard him. He apologized. And this is what we read in the Bible. And I'm going to read it again from the top. It says, Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. Not make posts on Facebook, Instagram, TikToks, or whatever social media site that you use. Not go tell his friends, not go tell his girl or her friends or vice versa. What they call that, don't be messy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be making a mess, putting all your business out there when you could just simply go talk to that person. And I feel like if you can't go talk to a person he and thee alone,
mm-hmm.
you're a coward.
That's right.
You're being a straight up coward, man.
Yeah, right.
And the Lord didn't tell Israel to be cowards.
Right.
This is how you can't allow, the demon of fear of what somebody is going to say because you found what they said offensive, to allow a brother or sister. You might potentially help that brother.
Right.
You might potentially help that sister.
That's right.
I believe the Bible says, don't hate your brother in your heart. Don't suffer sin on that brother and sister.
That's right.
Correction is love, man.
Yeah, right.
Correction is love. And I thank the Most High God for the ISUPK under Commander Juliana, because I would have never got connected without the ISUPK, man.
That's right.
I would have never been corrected. I'd have been that same Negro out there thinking I'm something when I'm nothing, like the Bible says. A man that thinks he's something is nothing. You think you something because you sell crack to pregnant women?
Right.
You think you're something because you move bales of weed across the U.S.?
Right.
You think you're something because you did 20 years in the penitentiary?
That's right.
Sis, you think you're something because you can twerk that big behind?
Right. For everybody to see.
So everybody can see.
Right.
Everybody. It's like y'all don't want it, for everybody to see.
Right.
And then talking about I'm getting married in June. Or in October. And you're going to show everybody that tail.
Right.
All year. You're going to shame your husband, which is not being a sister to your husband.
That's right.
So, verse 16.
I can read it for you.
Oh, kind of the comment.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 16. But if he will not hear thee,
then take with thee one or two, Salaki, or take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
Every word may be what?
Established.
So we have witnesses, so every word may be established. You know what that cuts out? Oh, he said this, he said that. All that back and forth bickering that we do.
Right.
That's why witnesses are important. Now, I already went to you alone. You didn't hear me. But I'm not saying this in Tiger's case because this video, Tiger did hear him. But let's just say if he didn't, then what? Without the ISUPK, you know what would happen? Death.
That's right.
More hate.
That's right.
More separation.
That's right.
The more we don't come together and keep God's laws, the more we are separated from the Most High God, the more we die in the streets, the more, you know, we just be niggas and spicks.
That's right.
That's all that happens. No one's going to look at us because we handle our beef. What they say, we holding court in the streets.
Right.
We going to slide on the ops.
That's right.
They was really talking about that this could have started a race war in California between blacks and Hispanics. You know how, I mean, I can only imagine what the Lord was, I can't imagine what the Lord is thinking. But for 2 tribes, the Issacharites and the Judites, to go to war because they couldn't do this right here? So you mean to tell me because they couldn't, we can't follow this right here, brothers and sisters are willing to die in a race war, so-called race war. That's not a race war, that's just oppression.
Right.
But I'm just going to use the words that they were using. So brothers and sisters are willing to die in a race war. Men are willing to die and not raise their children or go to jail the rest of their lives because they couldn't do this right here.
That's right.
Nah, man. I think it would be better just to do this.
That's right.
And that's why I had to give the brothers a little bit of credit for sitting down, having a discussion, and Tiger listening and apologizing.
That's right.
Apologizing. Now, just imagine if we did that every day.
Damn right.
Just imagine how, you know, much our nation would thrive and all the hatred and all the deaths would, you know, be damn near gone if we just did this.
That's right.
If we just kept God's laws, man, we would rule the entire earth.
Damn right.
That's what the Bible says.
Damn right.
Our King Christ will come and put crowns on the heads of the, you know, on brothers, man.
That's right.
Forever.
That's right.
But instead, what do we want, man? What are we asking for? We asking for what? For a 360 deal? So we can make more op music?
That's right.
And drill music? Promoting the death and destruction of your own people? And then it's like, hell, we don't even understand. That's not even, you know, we think that's reality. Because we're so destroyed and because of oppression and because of the Christian church not teaching us God's laws, we think that rap music is our life. We think that drill music is our life.
That's right.
When that's just the life of your oppressor being expressed through you. That's all that's happening. Those so-called Jewish record labels, and they use us as the face of their culture.
That's right.
And we accepted their culture because of oppression, and we think because a few of us make it rapping, a few of us get good deals and make a little bit of money, that everyone else lines up and falls in place and tries to do the same exact thing.
That's right.
And then now we say, you know, that we being culture. So when the oppressor comes and he does what we do, we say he's being a culture vulture.
Right.
Is that the correct term? A
Culture vulture. God.
No, we're being culture vultures. So
that's right.
If you're a Christian, you're a culture vulture.
That's right.
I can't even say it. So like,
culture vulture.
If you're a Christian, you're a culture vulture.
That's right.
If you're a drug dealer like Big Meech, he's a culture vulture.
That's right.
If you're Nicki Minaj, Salaki, she's not even an Israelite. If you're a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, being the biggest whore on the planet, you're a culture vulture.
That's right.
Because that is our oppressor's culture.
Damn right.
That isn't your culture.
That's right.
So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you're committing crimes, if you're not being brothers, if you're not obeying the Bible, you're being a culture vulture.
That's right.
It's like, I know it sounds funny. I don't know why I can't say it off my tongue correctly. But we're being culture vultures.
That's right.
And we gotta get that in through our minds, man. Because if you hate your brother, the Lord didn't tell us to hate our brothers.
Damn right.
He didn't tell us to hate each other. They should be able to sit down, or they're different, and sit down and talk about their differences. Not kill each other for them.
That's right.
Not hate each other for them.
Damn right.
Because I seen another post. Now it was you see that post with the two Issakharites? They had a Nazi wedding.
Nah, I ain't see that.
Okay, so these two Issakharites had a Nazi wedding. They
had
had
wedding.
They had Nazi flags at the wedding.
Nice.
But a lot of the Judites, which of course we know, come on, a lot of the Judites were just going so hard, like, yeah, I told you these aren't our people. I told you this ain't that they hate us.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't nothing but white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
Judites do the same thing to Judites.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's Issacharites that do not agree with
Right.
the Nazi wedding.
Right.
You just have two ignorant Israelites.
You got two ignorant niggas.
You got two Israelite niggas, two ignorant Israelites, just like all the other tribes. And that's why brotherhood is important, or
That's
the
right.
brotherhood class. That's what I wanted to say. The brotherhood class is important because we teach that brotherhood is a weapon.
That's right.
It is a weapon, and it would defeat all these, what do they call them? What's the word I'm looking for? What are those words? Well, I'm just gonna say this: brotherhood defeats hate.
That's right.
I'll just leave it at that. Brotherhood defeats hate.
Yeah, right.
So while we're hating each other, all the tribes hating each other, that's why tonight's class is important.
I'm so I give out.
Oh, please go ahead.
I'm sitting there thinking about the two niggas that said that they were ignorant. Two Mexicans were ignorant for having a Nazi wedding, which is ignorant. It is ignorant to have a Nazi wedding. But brother, have you heard of Quentin Lucas? Have you heard of Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? Have you heard of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Like, black people have this whole mindset. And I hear this a lot, and I hear this a lot from the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes. When it comes to the tribe of Issachar, I hear them a lot saying, well, that's not our people. Or the tribe of Gad. They do it with the tribe of Gad, too. And it comes from colorism. It comes from them not sharing the same skin color as the majority of Judites have. Because they don't have very dark skin. The ones you see here in America, or the ones you see in your barrio or your ghetto, because they don't have a darker shade of brown like you, when your grandmother didn't have a darker shade of brown eye. You go look up Eartha Kitt eye. Go look up them black, God, what is her name? All them famous black actresses in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, they were all the color of the guy, lighter than the wall, brother. Like, Judites have this extreme problem with colorism is because of slavery. That right there is what brotherhood would defeat. That whole colorism, which goes into the salt of the earth breakdown. Goes into the whole you're melanated. It comes from the 70s. It's when it comes really from when blackity black niggas started to praise melanin. They started to praise dark skin because, of course, when you grow up black, you hate yourself because of your skin color. So you try to find everything that's powerful about black skin and black hair. So instead of you just accepting that black people come in all shades and shapes and sizes with different hair textures, you have to make woolly hair the best hair.
Right.
And you got to make darker skin the best skin. When if somebody has lighter skin, but they're the children of slaves like you, they're just the same as you. Like, because the tribe of Issachar, the vast majority that you see on TV, I've looked at those novellas out, and the white man is very crafty in his counsel. And he knows what he's doing by putting white, lighter faces of the northern tribes on TV. That's why you always see lighter-skinned Puerto Ricans, lighter-skinned Cubans, lighter-skinned Simeonites, Dominicans, lighter-skinned Mexicans, When in all actuality, if you travel to those places, brother, those people look just like you.
That's right.
Look just like you, are darker than you. But because you're so stuck on skin color, you fail to realize that the most important thing isn't the color of your skin. The most important thing is that they suffer just like you suffer. What are you going to tell me, that the Mexicans don't suffer like you? Listen, there's no Mexican governor you can show me, or Mexican senator, that have made life as much hell as the white man has, as these black politicians, as Quentin Lucas, as Emmanuel Cleaver, and Sly James, and Jesse Jackson, and Al Sharpton, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Show me a Mexican or a Puerto Rican that has made life more hell than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King was dark-skinned, brother. Jesse Jackson had dark skin. He had a brown skin. Al Sharpton is brown skin, just like you.
That's right.
They're not light like the Mexicans. They come from the same loins as you. And yet you hate the Mexicans when the Mexicans don't oppress black people. You know who oppresses black people? Black Christian leaders oppress black people. And you black niggas never say anything about black Christian leaders when they are dark. T.D. Jakes is black as night. And you never say anything about women that are loose because you have a colorism problem. Because if T.D. Jakes was in there speaking Spanish, you wouldn't listen to him. If he was light with not woolly hair, not 4C hair, whatever the hell that is, and dark skin, you wouldn't listen to him. You wouldn't listen to him. You wouldn't have listened to Dr. King. You wouldn't have listened to T.D. Jakes. You wouldn't have listened to Creflo Dollar for all of those stupid years if they just had lighter skin, Elijah.
That's right.
If they just had lighter skin than you, you wouldn't have listened to them, all because of the color of their skin. Let me tell you where that comes from, Mark. That comes from being Christian. Because you're Christian, you will never learn to love other black people. Mexicans are niggas just like you are.
That's right.
Puerto Ricans are niggas just like you. Those Dominicans are niggas just like you, who suffer like you, who slave like you, who've been oppressed like you, who die like you, in dog cages like you, who are in hell just like you.
Right.
And because you see color and you're a stinking, filthy Christian, you will never learn to love black people.
That's right.
That's the reason why Christianity and that goddamn church has to burn, Ak. It has to go. The reason being, because you hate black people.
That's right.
You would never love other niggas if it wasn't for, you would love other black people if it wasn't for the Christian church. If it wasn't for the church, you wouldn't have to worry about Mexicans making songs and black people making songs to offend one another. Why? Because we would all be in unity together.
Yeah, right.
If it wasn't for the church, the Puerto Ricans wouldn't come over here and black people look at them differently. Black people wouldn't look at the Dominicans differently. Black people wouldn't look at the Mexicans differently, and vice versa. If it wasn't for the Christian church, those Mexicans and those Puerto Ricans, they serve the same Christian nonsense that you Negroes serve in the ghetto.
Damn right.
They serve the same Santa Maria and all that stupid garbage that means absolutely nothing. It does nothing but divides us as a people. That's the reason why you brothers and sisters need to get out of the Christian church.
That's right.
Because had it never been for the church and black religious leaders, just like the Pharisees and Sadducees during Christ's time, we would all be together as one. We wouldn't have to suffer individually. We wouldn't have to suffer by tribes. What the hell are you doing? You're separating us by tribes? Is that what you're doing? You're putting the Mexicans over here, the Judites over here. Nigga, we're all one. We are Israel. We're Yasha Allah.
Damn right.
You're dividing us with that Christian garbage. You Christians prove one thing every day. You hate other black people.
Damn right.
You hate people who don't look like you.
Damn right.
You hate people who are you. The Mexicans are black. The Hispanic tribes are black. The Native American Indians are black. They suffer, they die, all the same as we all do, because we are the children of God and we are the children of Israel. And the longer you stay Christian, the longer it's going to take for blacks and Hispanics to come together. The longer it's going to take for Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Haitians to come together, then black and Native Indians to come together. That's due to Christianity, man. And you stay Christian all you want, you're just going to hate more black people.
That's right.
You raise your children to hate other black people the longer you stay in the goddamn Christian church. You need to get out the church, man. Those Gadites need to get out the church. Those Puerto Ricans need to leave the church. The Mexicans need to separate from the Christian church. The Dominicans need to leave the Christian church. The Zebulonites need to leave the Christian church. The Asherites need to leave the Christian church, because that is the one thing that divides us all. The Christian church.
That's right.
We need to leave the Christian church and separate from the Christian church in order to be one, in order to be one stick, in order to be one nation under God. That's the Most High. Our power, you'll never be able to achieve that as long as you're Christian, man. Salakia.
No, please. Yeah, I don't want to hear because he's absolutely right. He just dropped it real heavy. Christianity is the reason we hate everything.
That's right.
There's no love in Christianity. And I know it's because the word Christianity just sounds like it's, like it's silk or whipped icing or whatever they do in there, the tambourine. But Christianity is absolutely just disgusting, hateful.
That's right.
It's nothing to do with the Bible, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, I don't want.
I was gonna say that word, hateful.
Yeah, kind of.
Christianity is so hateful, and you never realize how hateful it is until you step back and look at your life.
Kind of the kind.
You realize your whole entire life being Christian, you've done nothing but hate everybody. Nothing but hate everybody. Let me give you an example. With this whole Tiger song thing. You said that them niggas was ready to go to war over a song, over a song. Meanwhile, the white man has Mexican babies in dog cages,
Right.
And those cartels, that 4-H cartel, that Sinaloa cartel, all of them cartels, brother, all of them Christians in the Mexican church or the Mexican mafia, all of that garbage, they so tough. They ain't tough, brother. El Chapo was not tough. Those cartels are not tough. You're not tough because you kill your own people, brother. Like the white man, they're killing you too. Don't you understand that?
Kind of the kind.
Negroes in America do the same thing. Because you're in a gang and wear some color and wear the shield of David as the gangster disciples or the 4 trade gangsters or this and that, you think you're so tough when really you're a hateful, evil monster to black people.
That's right.
You are what the oppressor is to your own people. Now that's what you have to just deal with if you're a Christian. All of you Christians are what white people are when you're a Christian, man. White people hate black people. Guess what black Christians do? They hate black people. White people are Christians. Black people are Christians. Hispanics are Christians. White people kill blacks and Hispanics. Blacks and Hispanics that are Christian kill other blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
White people love white women. If you're black and Hispanic in the church, you absolutely love white women. You love them.
That's right.
You absolutely love them. You are what the goddamn KKK is, Like if you're a black Christian, you are what the white KKK is. You love white people. You hate your own people. You destroy your own people. You are everything that the oppressor wants you to be in that church, And that's what you're going to have to live with if you're a Christian. If you're black and Hispanic and you go to church, you're going to have to live with the fact that you are counterproductive. You understand? You're counterproductive. What does that mean? That you're not making any production. You're going against what you're trying to achieve. This is what black people say all the goddamn time in that stupid Christian church. That we need to come together. Can't we all get along? Let's turn the other cheek. Let's all get along. God will say, for God so loved the entire world that he gave his only begotten son, and all of that stinking garbage that the church talks about, love this and love that. Brother, if you're in the church, you're a counterproduction to love.
That's right.
Like you're the opposite of what love is.
Damn right.
Like love in the Bible is obeying the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. And the main commandment of the Most High God is loving your brother like yourself. How in the hell could you ever do that and you celebrate Christmas? How could you do that if you rape women and you believe that men can be gay and women can be lesbian? That you believe that a woman can be a man and a man can be a woman? How in the hell could you love anybody if you're a Christian? You don't believe in any rules. You don't believe in any laws. You don't believe in love. Don't you understand that love is rules? Love is laws. Love is correction. How in the world could Tiger ever have loved that Mexican brother if he didn't believe in anything?
Right.
Tiger, I'll give him that out. He sat down and he listened to that Isupk brother.
Give him that.
And he had brotherhood enough to say, I'm going to cancel this song and take it off my platform and just delete the goddamn thing because it offends my brother. That's brotherhood. You can give Tiger a hand for that. Yeah, right. He's better than you Christians who would have fought tooth and nail to keep the goddamn song up. Who would have thought you had to put on some type of bravado. That's what you black Christian men always try to do when all of you are gay. Because you're a homosexual man in the church, you try to put on this, I'm a man and I'm tough. And so you try to be extra hyper masculine. You try to be hyper masculine when that's not what being a man is. What Tiger did is what a man is, Ak. To listen to your people, hear your people, and say Salakia. That's a man, Ak. To apologize. To say I messed up, I was wrong. That's masculinity, brother. To say I was wrong, I offended my people, I offended my brothers and my sisters, Salakia, I'll remove this. Salakia, I won't do it again. Not you niggas in the church, Ak. You brothers and sisters in the church are horrible when it comes to apologies.
Right.
You can never do anything wrong. You're always right. You hate black people. And that's the truth of Christians, Ak.
That's right.
They hate other black people. God knows they hate Hispanics because they're not dark-skinned. And they put Nazi flags in their wedding. Two idiots who may not even be Mexicans.
May not be.
Put a damn war Nazi flag. Meanwhile, Dr. King destroyed your entire race. And you celebrate them every January 21st. Malcolm X destroyed every nigga you know that was ever Muslim. And you celebrate them with a damn holiday and a damn street in New York. Mexicans never destroyed the Negroes. The tribe of Ephraim never destroyed the Negroes. But because they don't have light skin, it's acceptable. You Christians are racist.
That's right.
That's the word. That's racist, Ak. To judge somebody on the color of their skin. Didn't Dr. King teach you Negroes in the church to judge them on the content of their character?
God.
You Christians are hypocrites.
Damn right.
You are hateful, racist hypocrites. And that's all the church will ever teach Negroes and Hispanics to be. Racist against your own people, hateful against your own people, violent animals against your own people. You are a racist bunch of hypocrites in the church. And that is the end of you in the Christian church. That is the end of all Christians, brother. Every time you get in a battle with a Christian, you better know he's a racist homosexual. Homosexual.
Oh, yeah.
A racist, LGBT, hateful, violent animal. And as long as you brothers and sisters can understand that, you will free yourself. As long as you can understand that every Christian you will ever come in contact with are racist, violent animals against blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
Racist, violent animals. To the point that you're going to start a race war over a song. That's how racist and hateful you are. You're so hateful that you're going to hate an entire race of people over two people in the race.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's how racist and hateful you are when those are your people.
Kind of the kind.
That's Christianity.
Yeah, I'm right.
Salakia.
No. I have to say, Salakia, I don't mind. You dropping it so heavy, and what he bringing out is absolutely true. And this is biblical. We're just not this class. We're not just having this class tonight because two brothers came together and we were just saying we just gonna teach brotherhood.
Right.
We're not the conscious community.
That's right.
We're not the Christian church. We're not a gang. We are the priests and prophets under the Lord, under Commander Junior Hana, man.
That's right.
So we teach the truth according to the Bible. And what I wanted to say, Adawan, because what you was bringing up was so heavy. What about all those back in the day when all those, those black people, all these Judites were talking about, they would talk about you if you had dark skin.
Right.
What about that? We would talk about our own people because they had dark skin.
Right.
Oh, you Wesley Snipes black.
Mm-hmm.
What Bernie Mac say? I hate my skin because it's black on that song.
No,
I'm in that movie. So like
movie,
on that
God.
movie, I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Right.
We made jokes about it because it was a joke, but it was really true.
That's right. We
hate ourselves. Now, even with the Issakharites like the Adawan brought out, the cartels hate the cartels. The Mexican Americans that are born here in the U.S. don't like the Mexicans in Mexico.
No, they call themselves the Isupk.
What?
Because the Mexicans on Texas and that southern southwestern border.
You can actually
from Texas.
I think this is like I think this is an Issachar. I don't know.
Orderly, Cardenal. Now listen, I learned this, brother. Issachar in Texas and California that was born here, they absolutely hate the Mexicans that are in Mexico.
That's a shame.
And they're the same, and they're Christian, and they're Mexicans. But they feel like because their forefathers fought for Tejas, that's how you say Texas in Spanish, Tejas.
Tejas.
So Tejano is a Texan that's a Mexican, a Tejano or a Tejana. And they think that there's something special because their forefathers fought to keep their Isupk. And they're getting raped and abused on dog cages on borders. Like, that's Christianity. That's Christianity. To make you think that that's Negroes. Negroes do it all the time with jobs. Some nigga is a doctor. He thinks he's better than a Negro who sweeps up the streets and cleans the streets of New York City. Like, Negroes do it. Black people do it all the time because we're slaves. And we look for any reason to put ourselves against one another. Whether it's because I'm a Mexican born in Tejas and you're a Mexican born in Jalisco or Tamaulipas or Chihuahua, you're better than them because you have your papers. Nigga, the white man wants to kill all of you.
That's right.
He wants to exterminate all of you Mexicans, whether you're Tejano or you're one born in Mexico. He don't care because he wants to kill all of Israel.
That's right.
He has a crafty counsel to deceive all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Do you think that those East Indians, one that's born in America and one born in Delhi, in India, you think they care about, do you think they have any kind of differences? They don't. When one of them come over here from East India, guess what he's going to do? Give them a job.
That's right.
And help them out. But not Negroes and Hispanics, not us. You know why? Because we're Christian. Because we're Christian. And Christianity was something that was given to us in slavery to keep us slaves, brother. And if the sooner you realize that, the sooner you will free your mind from all of these garbage beliefs that keep us separated. Salakia, Elisha. But you said something so heavy because that's the truth. Like, you Mexicans think you're better because you were born here when you are the same as the rest of us. We're all in captivity together. Those brothers and sisters across the border, because they're first generation trying to scram and come over here, which is, once again, the oppressor is the devil, because this land rightfully belongs to them. Texas all the way up to Washington State belongs to the tribe of Issachar, and the rest of it belongs to the tribe of Gad and Reuben. But now they're on reservations and in dog cages trying to fight to get over here. Get pulled over by ICE because they don't have papers. Get abused by ICE enforcement agents because they don't have papers. The oppressor is the devil. And the more you black and Hispanic stay Christian, the more we believe in Caesar Borgia and pray to that God in the Christian church, we are going to continue to hate each other. When this Bible teaches us the exact opposite in what Officer Elisha is bringing out. This Bible teaches us to go to he and thee alone.
That's right.
This Bible teaches us to love one another, to put our brother above ourselves.
That's right.
To make sure our people are taken care of before we take care of ourselves. That whole notion in the church about you can't take care of somebody else unless you take care of yourself, that's absolute garbage.
That's right.
That's absolute garbage. Brother, I'll be poor until the day I die. I'll make sure my brothers are rich. I'll make sure they have what they are supposed to have, and I'll just go without. That's brotherhood.
That's right.
You Christians all the time kill me with that. You got to get yourself together first because you're selfish. That's all. You're selfish, and you really, in all reality, you don't want to help anybody. So you got to make up excuses. Well, get yourself together first. Help yourself. Get yourself together first. You can't help somebody else until you help yourself. That is a goddamn lie.
That's right.
We do it here so perfectly every day. You would never know the condition of how brothers in here living until you actually hang with them and roll with them. You'll find out they're poorer than you. Like when you ride with General Mahiman and Commander General, you're going to say, well, goddamn, I'm living better than them. I realized that I growing up in the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. When you ride with those captains and generals, I was like, gee, like, brother, I have a house, brother, and they live in the school. Them and their family live in the school. And they still help you. They give you counsel. They make sure you're straight. Why? Because this school practices what we actually teach.
That's right.
The church can't say the same. The church is going to teach you how to be selfish. The church is going to teach you how to hate black people. It's going to teach Mexicans in Texas to hate Mexicans in Mexico because they weren't born in Texas.
That's right.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that Christianity is going to teach black people that have a good job, whatever the hell that is? I've been hearing that my whole life. I've never met a nigga with a good job.
So like I said, we got to ask IUIC what that is.
Forget about it, dog.
We got to ask them what a good job. I guess a detective.
A snitch, something that's going to, in their mind, a good job is just paying a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But I've never met a Negro who's had real power until I came into ISUBK. That's a good job. Like, I want to do what Commander Giuliani did. I don't want $10 million. I want the power to control the planet Earth.
That's right.
That's a job, brother. That's a good job. And I've never met a J in the church who's ever had that until I came in the ISUPK and the Command Junior Honor. And here we don't hate blacks and Hispanics because they're not from America or from Mexico or whatever your issue or gripe is. And the reason you hate other black people, we find reasons to love other black people, not find reasons to hate. We find reasons to join us together. Like we may have our differences of, you know, you might like Michael Jordan, I might like LeBron. But, nigga, we going to camp, and we're going to raise up the army of the Most High God. I could care less about what your personal opinions are. This is what I know, is that we all serve one man.
That's right.
All of us in the ISUPK have one boss, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, and one belief. And that is going to get us the kingdom of heaven. I pray you understand.
That's
Salagi.
Right. That's right. So, what the Adawan by that was so heavy. Black on black crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican crime, whatever the case may be. Not only do we hate each other, as far as like the tribes are concerned, blacks hate Mexicans, Mexicans hate Puerto Ricans, but we all hate ourselves.
That's right.
And if you don't love your brother like the Bible teaches, guess what? You don't love the Lord.
That's right.
We cannot love the Most High God if we hate each other, man.
Yeah, right.
And that's the point. Because the Adawan, I mean, he said so much. I feel like I can wrap up class now. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying Salaki. I ain't trying to tell you your class.
No. He's dropping it heavy. Look, look, Salaki, he don't even have to apologize. Look, I love listening to this brother right here, my Adawan Salaki. Because he drops it so heavy. And because he's one West. And this is my brother.
That's right.
And this is what the ISUPK does, man. It teaches brotherhood. I can go to a cat clear across, if it's a school halfway across the country, guess what?
That's right.
I'm going to go halfway across the country, and guess what? I'm gonna know, it's like I'm going to know that brother like I've been knowing him 30 years. Because you said something real heavy, Adawan, because we're one body. We're one spirit.
That's right.
It's no divisions in here.
That's right.
So what if I like Kobe and he likes LeBron?
That's right.
You think that's going to stop us from loving each other?
Damn right.
You think that's going to stop us from not serving the Most High God?
Damn right.
You got to be out your damn mind to allow something in the world, something carnal, for you to not serve your nation or love your brother or to obey the Most High God.
Damn right.
That's what our problem is. That's what niggas' problems is, Salaki. That's what our problem is, man.
That's right.
We don't realize that all the tribes have one enemy. Not one enemy. But our enemy is anything that goes against the Most High God.
That's right. No,
our number one enemy. I wanted to say our number one enemy.
Right, the Christian church. The church, that's our enemy, brother.
I was gonna say the oppressor.
No, that's the Christianity.
It's all the same thing.
It's a lot. If I may, that's
number
what
one and two enemies.
If I may, it's that's it. It's Christianity.
Because
what blacks and Hispanics don't understand, if I may, Elisha, is that Christianity is the oppressor. That's what you black people don't understand. You think that you're Christian and you're gonna fight crime. You're Christian and you think you're gonna solve problems of black people, brother. Let me help you out, sister. Let me help you out with something. If you're a Christian and you're not one West, which would make you a Christian. If you're not in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yana, that is not affiliated with anybody or any organization, you are a Christian.
That's right.
And if you are a Christian, that means that you practice everything your oppressor practices, which is white supremacy. If you're a Christian, you are a white supremacist. And that's it. That's our enemy, Like, the oppressor is our enemy, but the oppressor is our enemy because of Christianity. Like, had we never been Christian, we would be ruling the planet Earth. You understand that, don't you?
Kind.
Like, if we didn't accept Christianity and Christmas and voting and Thanksgiving and pork and whores and prostitution and lying and theft and drug dealing and witchcraft and getting high, had we never accept that, brother, we would rule the earth, The Bible says, ye are the salt of the earth. Christ, the Bible says in Deuteronomy 7:3 and 7:6 that we are above all the nations that are upon the face of the earth. That's what it says in the Bible, Elisha.
Kind.
Like the scriptures throughout the Bible tells a story of how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are supposed to rule the earth, are supposed to tell the East Indians to not go dip in a sewer. I was watching some disgusting goddamn documentary on Business Insider in Delhi, in India, Delhi, India. They have to dive in their sewage just to keep things clean. India is such a disgusting place. If I may to go off subject for a second, some Isupk tried to tell me at the slavery that East Indians have such a prominent and amazing and older history than anybody, and they've invented all this stuff. I said, look at this. Have you seen India? Have you seen India? India is a horrible, brother. Just look at them. That is a horrible place, That is a horrible, horrible place. It is filthy. It is nasty. It is dirty. We're supposed to rule those East Indians, Elisha. We're supposed to rule the Moabites, the Chinese. We're supposed to rule Donald Trump and his families and the oppressor. But because of our number one enemy, Elisha, our only enemy, which is Christianity, we will always be last. We will always be last. We will always be slaves. Thanks to the Christianity just begs you to serve an oppressor. Like General Hyman was saying that last night so heavy. The oppressor don't have to be white. You put some purple people in charge of niggas and we're going to serve them. Why? Because of Christianity. Because of Christianity just makes you, you're a homeborn slave. That's the Bible. Like, is Israel a homeborn slave? Yes, because you're Christian. Had we never accepted Christianity, Elisha, we would be in charge and on top. If you're a Christian, you're a white supremacist, man. If you're Christian, you're KKK. If you're Christian, you're a Nazi. It's all the same thing. Why? Why do I say that? Because all of them are Christian. The KKK are Christian. The Nazis are Christian. White people are Christian. White supremacy is Christianity. It's the mark of the beast. That's our only enemy.
Damn right.
Stop being Christian, and you defeat your enemy. Salakia.
So if you're a Christian, you're an oppressor.
That's right.
If you're a Christian, you're an oppressor. There's no way around it. And the Lord said he didn't choose us to be Christian. He didn't choose any other nation but the Israelites, man.
That's right.
So we're supposed to be brothers to one another, sisters to one another, not enemies.
Yeah,
Our enemy is the Christianity. Our enemy is the oppressor. Our enemy is not us.
That's right.
It's not us. And that's what oppression and white supremacy teaches so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to hate each other.
That's right.
While they thrive.
That's right.
While they succeed. And I just broke this down to a sister earlier because she asked me, this sister asked me, how do you know Mexicans are our people? I said, because you know what I wanted to say out of line.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be trying to be polite. You know, I wanted to say because the Bible says so. That's what I wanted to say.
God.
Because we were in public and I was at my slave.
God.
You know, and I'm not Clyde
God.
no more.
Right.
Well, sis, check this out. Because the Bible says so, sis.
That's right.
Don't hate on, and this what kind of led me to pick this subject tonight. And it's like right after she asked that, it was like, okay, it went right into, I heard this video and seen Tiger, and I'm like, damn, blacks and Hispanics really do hate each other.
That's right.
Not knowing that we are the same people,
Yeah,
that we're
right.
all black.
That's right.
That we all go through the same terrors, the same horrific events.
Yes.
That we're all, no one loves us, man.
God.
No one loves us.
God.
You understand? They hate, those oppressors. I was working with an oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
I work with oppressors. So, you know, of course, they get comfortable. And when we pull up to the Issacharites, you know, I'm friendly.
God.
They come and talk to me.
God.
I know some of them may not be friendly.
Right.
But I know this oppressor here hates them.
That's right.
They absolutely hate them.
That's right.
And I would never choose this oppressor who I knows that hates my brothers and sisters over my brothers and sisters.
Damn
but
right.
this is the point. If I was some Christian, I would join in on what they say, the bandwagon, and talking bad about my own people.
God.
We have to stop that, man.
Yeah, right.
We have to stand up for each other.
Damn
because
right.
the Lord chose us. He didn't choose the so-called white man.
Damn right.
He didn't choose the Moabites. He didn't choose those filthy, disgusting East Indians
That's
that
right.
smell like everything when you go inside a 7-Eleven.
They go and dip in the sewer.
They play.
You can look this up.
The Ottawa said they
go in their own sewage.
They deep sea dive in sewage.
Yes, with no protection on. They just go in their clothes, just plain clothes.
I mean, and the sewage might be a god. I mean, they serve a million of them.
You know what's crazy? If I may, some Instagram said that. He said, you know what? They got so many. It's crazy how niggas in the world know that heathens serve stupid gods. He said, that could be a god, they sewage. I said, you know what? I said, you're right. Maybe that's their god. That's why they love going in sewage, and they praise cows as one of their gods. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Cows and everything, the dot and the blood, period blood and the dreadlocks, that's all gods. So I said, damn, that may be the sewage thing. The sewage is a god. That could be a reason. The sewage give god. Give him a little like good night.
But the Lord didn't choose any of these other nationalities or people or cultures. He chose us, man.
That's right.
So we have to come together and love one another like the Bible commanded. And if I may, Adawan, can I get I just had it. I want to say, yeah, can I get Malachi chapter 1, verse 2?
God.
Because this is what blacks and Hispanics always ask. If we can't blame it on another nation, we turn blackity black and start blaming it on the Most High.
That's right.
We start blaming and trying to question why God really. This is, and this is. I know that they not going to understand this out of line. When we question the Most High God, we question why we are the special people of the earth. We question all the blessings that the Lord told us that He wanted.
That's right.
And He chose us, man.
That's right.
He chose Israel. The Bible, like you brought out earlier, is Israel a homeborn slave?
Right.
Did the Lord want us to be in the position that we're in now? Did He want us to be in the bottom?
That's right.
You know why we have all these questions? Because of the Christian church.
That's right.
Because you got cats like Dr. Martin Luther King that told you to come together with your oppressor.
Yeah, right.
Because Dr. Martin Luther King feels like the oppressor is better than him.
That's right.
He feels like anything white is right.
That's right.
He felt as if their culture was better than ours.
That's right.
Their laws was better than the laws the Most High God gave us.
That's right.
That white women was better than his own wife.
That's right.
He was sleeping with tons of heathens, man.
Damn right.
He was sleeping with tons of oppressors, and he loved every minute of it, and he was willing to see his nation die and suffer to fulfill his own vain lusts.
That's right.
And the Lord didn't intend for it to be so.
That's right.
That's why you have places like Black Wall Street. We all talk about Black Wall Street and how great it was. And it would have been great, but it would have been even greater if we was following the Lord.
That's right.
It would have never got bombed.
That's right.
If we were following the Most High God. If we had blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, I mean, think how powerful Black Wall Street could have been.
That's right.
I mean, the potential was there.
Yeah, right.
We know one thing, we learned one thing from Black Wall Street, that we don't need our oppressor to do any damn thing.
Damn right.
But guess what we didn't learn from Black Wall Street? That we couldn't live without the Lord.
Damn right.
And His law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Damn right.
That's what we didn't learn from Black Wall Street. We continue to try to do it over and over and over, like you said, Adawan. We need to support black businesses.
God.
We need to save black money. Pay your tithes.
That's right. Damn right.
So like, you pay your damn tithes to Commanding General. We'll
right.
show you what to do with black money.
Yeah, right.
It wouldn't be brothers and sisters on the border in dog kennels, children in dog kennels,
That's right.
sleeping in dog kennels, drinking out of toilet bowls.
That's right.
It wouldn't be none of that, man.
Yeah, right.
And we wouldn't have to question the Bible if we were taught it correctly.
That's right.
You understand? You got that out of one?
Con. Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. I have loved you.
This is the Lord saying He have loved Israel.
That's right.
He loved Israel.
So I'll read verse 1.
Go ahead,
Malachi chapter 1 verse 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel.
The what?
To Israel.
The who?
To Israel.
I wanted you to say what's like out of one. The
Salakia.
The burden.
The burden of the word of the Most High.
The burden of the word, man. You know the word is a burden to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
That's right.
Why? Because we want to be Christian.
That's right.
We want to celebrate our birthdays.
That's right.
We want to eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster.
That's right.
That's why it's a burden to us, because we don't want to obey.
That's right.
Thanks to Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, right.
loving your own nation is a burden.
Damn right.
Blacks loving Hispanics is a burden.
That's right.
That's the burden, man.
That's
Keep
right.
reading. Salakia.
To Israel.
To who?
Israel.
To Israel. It didn't say to the white man.
That's right.
It didn't say to the East Indians.
Damn right.
It didn't say to the Jewish. Those what is? I don't even know they real Salakia. It didn't say to nobody. Well, they're oppressors too. They're so-called white men too.
That's right.
Russians, Ukrainians,
God.
Moabites, Japanese, Chinese, Africans, because we think that we're Africans. We don't never talk about those stinking Africans enough, Adawan.
That's right.
Those Africans can do nothing wrong.
Right.
You know, they can come over here and scam our women. So like,
Right.
they come over here and scam our women out of thousands of dollars and go back and build a well somewhere in Nigeria.
That's right.
They can come over here and scam and do all the scheming and hate you right in front of your face, but you don't hate the Africans.
That's right.
But we'll hate the Mexicans.
That's right. Because
two ignorant Mexicans can have a Nazi wedding when Africans tell you in your face that we're not the same.
Damn right.
What they call us, Akatas.
God.
What's that mean? Cotton pickers?
That's right.
They call you cotton pickers.
Right.
But you love being African. You wear those stupid dashikis.
Right.
But you won't go a day without deodorant.
Damn right.
I don't know, I don't want. So like it. Keep reading.
To Israel.
To Israel, not anyone else.
That's right.
To Israel, man. To blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Damn right.
Those are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's
and
right.
You better get to love. You better learn to love your brothers and sisters.
That's right.
Not based off hairstyles or hair texture.
Right.
Not based off skin complexion.
That's right.
Not based off because you got a country.
Right.
And we don't have a country. Oh, Mexicans can't be the 12 lost tribes. They got a country.
Right.
Well, why the hell, if they had a country, why the hell are they trying to come over here to America where we are?
Right.
Like they wasn't conquered. Like they're not being oppressed.
That's right.
Like they're not poor.
That's right.
Like we don't have the same enemy.
That's right.
You better wake the hell up, man.
Damn right.
You better wake the hell up. Mexicans, you better stop hating Negroes.
That's right.
And you Negroes better stop hating Mexicans.
Damn right.
And that's the only way we're ever going to serve the Lord, man.
Damn right.
And if you want to continue to hate, guess what? You will be judged yourself.
Damn right.
Hamashiach Yahushua, our King Christ. If blacks hate Mexicans when Christ returns, and Mexicans hate blacks when Christ returns, guess what? Christ is going to kill you, man.
That's right.
There's no other way around it.
Damn right.
So if you want to learn how to love, you need to get inside the ISUPK under Commander General Yana.
Damn right.
Because there's no other love out of there.
Damn right.
What, you going to have a waste war in Cali and wipe each other the hell out?
Over a song.
Over a song? The water out of wine over a goddamn song.
Over a song. Way underbar.
And what we gonna say? Oh, that was tight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we was gonna make some more songs after that. Sliding on the ops.
Mm-hmm.
A race war. And guess who benefits from all of it?
That's right.
Our oppressor.
Yeah, right.
Because our oppressor's gonna make tons of money off the race war by us wiping each other out, our own nation, man.
That's right.
So like I got off track. Keep reading out of wine, Baba Kasha.
To Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Ain't that what the Christians say? Ain't that what blackity blacks say?
That's right.
Isn't this what we heard when we were coming out of Egypt?
That's right.
Because no one would obey Moses? Because he was the man in charge? Because we wasn't willing to suffer with each other?
That's right.
Ain't that the point? We don't want to suffer with each other, man.
That's right.
We don't want to, the Mexican problems ain't my problem.
Right.
Hell, your neighbor's problem's not your problem.
That's right.
Because that's what Christianity teaches us, to be selfish, man.
That's right.
We couldn't imagine, Lord forbid, we had to, Negroes had to go sleep in the kennels
right.
on the border. I don't know. Lord forbid that happens.
God.
No one cares about brothers and sisters more than the men in ISUPK.
Damn right.
And I wish the camera could turn, because if you could turn to my left right here and see this mission to a Kuna, where you have blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians go down to the border of Mexico and feed Haitians.
That's right.
Immigrants.
That's right.
And Mexican immigrants.
That's right.
Because we love our people.
Damn right.
We love our people, man.
Damn right.
They don't love you in the Christian church.
Damn right.
What do they tell you in the Christian church? You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can hate the Mexicans, and Mexicans can hate the blacks.
All right.
And the Most High God knows your heart.
Right.
And He's going to love you anyway.
Right.
And that's not true according to the Bible.
That's right.
That's not true according to the Bible. It's like, was that it on that other one?
No, you got more on verse 2.
Okay, count of the kind.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? This is our enemy right here, Esau.
That's right.
This is Christianity.
That's right.
This is our oppressor. This is the reason we hate each other.
That's right.
The reason we hate each other is because we didn't obey the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord chose us. He didn't choose Christianity.
That's right.
He didn't choose our oppressor.
That's right.
Oppressor, Salakia. He didn't choose, for blacks to go in slavery. That wasn't the Lord's choice.
That's right.
We made that choice when we wanted to follow Christianity. We wanted to follow our oppressor. We wanted to follow other gods and serve wood and stone.
That's right.
That's why that happened.
Yeah, right.
And then our black leaders continue to teach us the same thing that led us in oppression.
Right.
And then, now I hate all Mexicans because a brother and a sister had a Nazi wedding. Now I hate Mexicans because, according to the Christian church and according to politics of Donald Trump, they're taking all the jobs nobody wants.
That's right.
Now I hate Mexicans because, we're in a gang.
Right.
Oh yeah, those Mexicans, man, you gotta watch out for those Mexicans, and vice versa. Mexicans, I hate those Negroes because, I'll be honest, I don't even know why. To be honest, you probably can elaborate on that. Issacar. What is the stereotypes that the Issacharites, why they hate Judites?
Some of it is some of the Issacharites, the ones who hate the tribe of Judah, the Negroes, because of the stereotype the oppressor has. The lazy, shiftless, and a lot of it
goes back to the oppressor.
A lot of it all of it is because of the oppressor in Christianity.
Kind of the one.
And a lot of it because Judites, because we believe in Christianity, we don't believe sex is marriage. So a lot of you niggas that want to have sex with Mexican women, you don't marry her. And that infuriates them because in their culture, that's not something they do. When they have sex with a sister, you see Issachar stays with them sisters since they 15, 14 years old. Judites, you have adopted the culture of your oppressor, and that you have sex with sisters and throw them away. That's what happens with us. And I ain't saying that we're the only tribe that does it. All of Israel does it. But that's another reason. That's another main reason why. Because they think that all you want is their women, but you don't want to take on their culture. You don't want to listen to the corridos, and you don't want to drink Coronas, and you just want to party and have sex with their women. But at the end of the day, you don't want to unify with them. And that's something, you don't want to learn Spanish. You don't want to take the time out to learn Spanish to communicate with them. And so that's something they may say, well, damn, these niggas over here, they don't want to work. They lazy. Because, of course, everybody knows the stereotype of Issachar is that they work the hardest.
Right.
So if you lazy to Issacharite, brother, you just are worthless. And then on top of that, because of Christianity, you just want to have sex with our women. That's all you really want to do. You just want to have sex with our women and drink our Coronas. That's all you want to do. And so now they think, well, oh, damn, they have an idea of black people how the oppressor has an idea of black people because of Christianity. In the same way, black people and Mexicans. They come over here and take our jobs. Who says that? White people say that. White Republicans talk like that. Alex Jones talks like that. Donald Trump talks like that. And so black people say, well, they come over here and steal our jobs. When they're not stealing your job, that job wasn't never for you. You're not picking cotton and sugar cane, and you're not out there cutting vegetables for 5 cents a day. That's not what you're doing. But Issachar is. That's right. They ain't taking your jobs. You love the oppressor.
That's right.
And it's the same for Issachar. Black people aren't shiftless and lazy. That's one thing you realize when you slave with them is that we work the same. We work just as hard. We want to get the job done. We want to take just as many breaks. We want to drink on the slave. We all are the same. But because we're so divided, you will never know. That's right. Because we're so divided, they think, oh, these niggas, they always talking loud. That's another thing. Isupk, they talk. Nigga, we all loud. Have you ever heard Isupk's party out? They yell. I've never heard Judites yell like Isupk will scream in their songs. The men will scream in their songs like they're Gadites. And we don't realize that we really are just the same because of Christianity. It has kept us so divided. But when you get with Isupk, you're like, oh, okay. And then when Isupk get with you, they're like, okay, these niggas is actually cool. But it takes that divider being broken, and that divider is Christianity. Once you stop being Christian, and the Issacharites, the Mexicans say, we're not going to be Christian anymore. And the Judites say, we're not going to be Christian anymore. You're going to come together and realize, nigga, we've been the same this entire time. That's right. We all loud. We love chicken. All of us love chicken. We love the same thing. We are the same people. We struggle the same. We slave the same. We talk the same. Isupk has slang like Judites have slang. And you will say, and they'll tell you, well, this isn't a word that can be translated into English because it's a slang word. Like how they say jacket in Spanish. Jacket in Spanish, the Hispanic word is chaqueta. But brother, ask Isupk what that word is in Spanish for a jacket that they use for coat. It's not in any other Spanish language. It's their word. It's their slang. It's the same with any orderly is a slang word. That's not translated into English. It's a lot of words like that, and you say, well, it's the same for us. For Judites, we got a lot of slang. You like, well, I can't really translate this into Spanish. And you realize, because we're the same people. That's right. We're the exact same people. And the whole reason we don't think that is because of Christianity. If we stop being Christian, brother, it'll be a big nigga party. It'll be a big Israelite party full of Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and Dominicans and Cubans and Haitians and Brazilians and Negroes and the West Indian brothers and sisters, and we'll be partying for weeks, celebrating the Lord's Passover, celebrating the Day of Atonement, the end of the Day of Atonement, celebrating Hanukkah, celebrating the Feast of Memorial, blowing the trumpets, celebrating all of these holy days that's in the Bible for us. Brother, that's the Isupk under Commander Junior Hanna. Right. We have brought all 12 tribes together, and we all party during the Lord's Passover. We all party and come together for class. We all party and come together for all of the Lord's high holy days, and we all struggle together. That's and right. We all take care of each other. You know why? Because we're not Christian in here. Right. If you stop being Christian, you could be one of us. You could be in here and become the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And not a Negro, and not a Hispanic. You'll be the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Right. You'll be that one stick that the Lord promised to bring all of Israel together. Yeah, right. That stick is here in the Isupk because we've given up Christianity. We've given up Christmas. We've given up hating our brothers and our sisters. We've given up pork and shrimp and given up voting. Because of that, we can all come together now. Yeah, right. We can all come together under one faith, one baptism, one God, one belief. Thanks to us not being Christian. Damn right. Salaki, before we get out of here, can I get Matthew 18 and 22? God. Well, actually, 20 started 21. Salakia. Matthew 18 and 21. Kind of the one I'm trying to say. Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Adawan, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? So Peter came to Christ and asked Salaki, asked Yahushua, like, just like any other, Salaki, not Issacharite, Israelite, like any black man. Like, Lord, Adawan, I mean, how many times do I got to forgive? Like, how many, picture it today. Picture it today. What would we say, man? How many times I gotta forgive this nigga? Right, Salaki. I mean, it's jaqueta. I think I said. Did I say chiqueta? I may have said jaqueta. No, you said jaqueta. That's jacket in Spanish. You said jicata. Jaqueta. It's a Issachar word they use. So like I just wanted to make sure I didn't mispronounce it. It's jaqueta in Spanish. That's the universal Spanish word for jacket. Jaqueta. But it's an Issachar word that they have, and it's slang. It's not translated, and it's jacket. It's a coat, but it's what Mexicans use.
They would understand.
Only they would understand it. That's correct. So like I just want to make sure I clarified that.
Just like a lot of the Bible, because the Bible was written for the oppressor. You understand? Because we spoke slang back then. You understand? That's why you got the Christianity and the oppressor teaching that snakes talk.
That's right.
Because they don't get metaphors.
That's right.
So you got nuts going around and teaching the Bible is just like Harry Potter.
That's right.
And the snake was hissing to Eve.
That's right.
And telling her what to do. But anyway, so like that's off topic. But we had slang back then just like we got slang now. All the 12 tribes are the same, like the Ottawa was saying.
That's right.
But Peter came to Yahushua was asking Yahushua, like, man, how many times do I gotta give a cat, man? You understand?
That's right.
And that in itself is that's a black thing. When I say black, I'm talking about all 12 tribes. So that's a black thing.
That's right.
That's a black thing, man. If I could, coming into the truth, I asked my Ottawa, man, this nigga, man, Salakia. And he's going to tell me, look, I could get it together. He going to counsel me. He going to correct me, and I'm kind, sir. Just like Peter right here.
That's right.
You feel me? Like, that's what we do. Because we thinking, being in the world and being selfish for so long, Christ came to teach us the importance of forgiveness.
That's right.
If no one ever forgave anybody, man, that's why we have these ongoing wars and beefs and street politics and hate. Someone has to, what do they say in the world? Be the bigger man. Someone has to show what true love is according to the Bible. And the only love you're going to find in the earth is in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Because you have brothers that came from all walks of life right here inside the same school, man.
That's right.
You got Crips, you got Bloods, you got brothers in KC, you got brothers the 20s, the 30s, the 50s. It don't matter. We don't see any of that.
That's right.
We just see brothers.
That's right.
Because we forgive like everyone wants forgiveness. Everybody wants forgiveness out of one. The whole Christian church wants forgiveness. But they won't forget that nigga who owned $50 from 20 years ago. They won't forget that sister for looking at her man.
Right.
And let's go a little deeper. Why we have drill music, why we always talking about the ops and killing and dying, is because no one has ever forgiven. No one has ever forgiven.
That's right.
So if we're constantly, turned up, if we're constantly ready to go to war, if we're constantly ready to, put each other down and cut each other off, we'll never build a nation.
That's
and
right.
That's exactly why we are like how we are today.
That's right.
That's why, man. Because no one's forgiven. But what did the Bible say out of one?
Salakia. Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Adawan, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
He said till 7 times, you understand? He put a number up there.
Right.
I mean, damn, 7 times Adawan?
That's right.
I mean, damn, how? That's us. That's right. Christians.
That's right.
When we're lost in the world, we think that all right, shit, I ain't dealing with that nigga.
That's right.
F her.
That's right.
But we can't build a nation like that, man. Keep going.
Verse 22. Yahushua saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
He said not until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
That's right.
Meaning you always have to forgive your family, man. You always have to forgive that brother or sister.
That's right.
You can't just cut them off.
That's right.
Because the Most High didn't cut us off. And I'm pretty sure we have sinned way past, 7 times. But Christ, our King Christ, came to show us the spirit of brotherhood.
That's right.
He came to show us that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people.
That's
and
right.
we better start acting like it.
That's
we
right.
better start learning to live that way. Not cut each other off.
Damn right.
Not blacks hating the Mexicans.
That's
not
right.
Mexicans hating the Puerto Ricans.
That's right.
Not the Cubans hating the Asherites.
That's right.
He told us to come together in one nation, like in Zephaniah 2:1, and to forgive each other, and to handle our ots, or to handle our differences like men.
That's right.
Not little boys.
That's right.
That's what they say, go catch a fade in the bathroom. We did that in grade school.
That's right.
We didn't know no damn better. We are two grown men. And you mean to tell me we're not wise enough or intelligent enough to talk about our differences and settle our differences like the Bible says, like men?
That's right.
You want to go punch somebody in the face? You know why you want to punch somebody in the face? Because Christianity is a violent, hateful religion.
That's right.
That's why. You can ask all those LGBT people. Now they call them AC, Adawan.
I don't know what that is.
I just looked it up today. AC/DC. AC.
That's a band.
AC is the new term. Now I think we can start calling them AC because they accept it.
Good night.
Because the DC is straight, but the AC is... Hold on. One second. Before we get out of here, Salakia. Hold on. I just looked it up.
Salakia. The Issakarite word for jacket is chamarra. So the regular Spanish word is chaqueta.
Chiqueta.
And the Issakarite word they have is chamarra. Like that's niggas like slang. That's the point I was proving with that, is that there's words like that. That's everybody. The Haitians are. That Creole they speak is not French. It's their slang of what they learned as slaves being under the French. And all of us are like that in the 12 tribes of Israel. We make it all grayed out. The languages we speak are from our oppressors, our slave master. And yet and still, it's not even the same language they speak out.
Kind of.
Like, that's how the Bible was written. That's who we are. And if we stop being Christians, then you will realize how closely associated you are with the 12 tribes of Israel, with other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So
Kind of. Nah, you too wild, I don't run. So like I was looking for this sexual orientation, free dictionary, AC/DC, bisexual, capable of being sexually aroused and satisfied by either sex, camp or campy. So that's what they're breaking down how the AC/DC is. You can go both.
Mental disorder.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
So like, yeah, I gotta go.
Oh no, you too wild. Shalom,
So just pass it to yourself and just read the just say shalom. And then stand up and read.
Kind of. I'm about to go out now.
Go ahead.
So yeah, just bringing that out. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're one people. We are the Lord's chosen people, and we're not allowed to hate each other. So blacks can't hate Mexicans. Mexicans can't hate Dominicans. You are not allowed to hate your brother according to the Bible. And if you do hate your brother, you hate the Most High God. And with that, Imadium, which means to stand. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of blowing of the trumpets, which is Sunday, September 25th this year, 2022, and you can find that in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. Also, we have the Day of Atonement, which is Tuesday, October 4th this year, 2022. And you can find that in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 27 through 32. Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, war scarf. And with that, class dismissed.